Fellow Toastmasters and welcome guest. There was a sweet little old lady named Nana who had just gotten done with her church service and choir practice. Oh my gosh, she was just floating on air. On the way home, she happened to see a brand new Christian bookstore that just opened. So she decided to go in and check it out. And when she was there, she came across a bumper sticker that said, "Honk if you love Jesus, honk honk." Well, she immediately went out and put it on her bumper and proceeded to drive home. On the way, she was stopped by a red light. As she was waiting, she closed her eyes and was humming the beautiful music and remembering the lovely words of the minister, when suddenly she heard a honk honk. She thought, oh my gosh, somebody else loves Jesus. This is so exciting. So she put her hand out and waved. And then she looked in her rear view mirror and she saw that there was a man coming from a couple cars down. And she thought, oh my gosh, I bet you he's going to ask me what church I go to. Just then she looked up and she realized the light had turned green. So she went through the intersection. She paused a moment, looked in her rear view mirror, and realized she was the only car that made it through the light. So she waved at her friends once again and took off peacefully home. Now, fellow Toastmasters, I know some of you were chuckling with this story, but have you ever gotten upset when somebody in front of you isn't moving fast enough? I bet you have. And maybe you don't get upset with car-related issues, but my guess is you have many opportunities where you have stress in your life. And doctors say stress is simply not good for you. It causes hypertension, heart disease, and digestive issues, just to name a couple. So how can we bring our stress levels down? Well, we go online and find out. So I found 4 programs that I'd like to share with you today. Number 1, go somewhere where it's very quiet and peaceful, where you can see the birds and flying in the sky. You can see the leaves trickling in the sun. And then you can see the waterfall trickling down into a placid lake, where you're holding down the face, and you can see the face of the person you're holding down under the water. Now, don't you feel better? Oh, wait a minute. We're Toastmasters. I don't think we're going to do that. Number 2, Dr. Oz has some great suggestions. He suggests that you leave the scenario, if at all possible, and find somewhere where you could take a couple deep breaths to calm you, so that when you return to the situation, you're calm and peaceful. He also suggests getting some joke books and having them handy. So when you get really stressed, grab one of the joke books, read a couple jokes, and that calms you down. You can also take a squirt or 2 of lavender. There's something in lavender that automatically calms the system. Or a cup of green tea works the same way. So number 3 was a downloadable kit that I found on the internet. It was so simple. It looks like this. It's got directions. Follow the directions. Place the kit firmly on a flat surface. Follow the direction in the circle. The circle says bang head here. Bang, bang, bang. And you do that until your stress is gone. Step number 3, repeat step number 2 until your stress is gone. Well, I don't know about you, but personally, I don't think I'm going to trade a headache for my stress. So I think I'm going to niche that one. Which brings us to number 4, is to think about the scenario you're going through the lens of your favorite comedian. Maybe Bart Simpson or Jerry Seinfeld. How would they handle it? My guess is Jerry Seinfeld would probably say, I told you you shouldn't have bought the car. If you didn't buy the car, you wouldn't be under so much stress. So fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests, yep, We're all going to experience stress, but what are you going to do with it? I invite you to use one of these 4 programs, or at least 1 or 2, to help bring your stress levels down. And remember, lighten up, don't tighten up.